At the moment, life is challenging and hectic. So for this video, I decided to share something I created years back. If you're busy, this is a video you can just listen to as a podcast. In case you're wondering, this footage training with Bob is a recent recording. I hope you'll enjoy this reflective piece on bravery. The notion of bravery is worth reflecting upon, not only as a martial artist, but as a human being. Before I share my thoughts, I want to give a shout out to Koval Taekwondo and the series Martial Arts Philosophy on that channel. The video which inspired me to reflect on bravery touches on Aristotle and his views on the subject matter. This one won't. When considering the bravery of others, we are only able to observe their actions. But the internal struggle is an essential element of bravery. Imagine a baby crawling onto traffic to pick up a toy. Not a pleasant scenario, but one which illustrates my point. Clearly, this is no act of bravery. The baby is not consciously risking his or her own life to save a toy from getting run over. Bravery is not only the ability to act, it is the awareness of consequence. And not only that, it is the acceptance of uncertainty, not knowing how the consequences will play out. The internal struggle responded to externally by action. This means we can only speculate when it comes to the level of bravery shown by others. As a human being, I encourage that you seek to know yourself and to use what you find out to develop yourself further, to work on your strengths and your weaknesses. When it comes to bravery or the lack thereof, we can only truly judge ourselves, since only we have access to both the internal and external side of the struggles we face. However, the mind plays tricks on all of us, more specifically our greatest enemy, the ego. We have to be critically conscious of our own ego or able to detach from it. Otherwise, when it comes to ourselves, we won't be able to tell cowardice and bravery apart. In the present circumstance, we will react based on who we are in that moment. But afterwards, we can seek to understand that person and further develop the traits which define us. After dealing with a dangerous situation, it is helpful to meditate, to detach from the ego, and then reflect upon your actions and the consequences they brought about. The ego can lead us towards opposite ends of the spectrum. It can make us act in ways which appear brave and courageous to others. For instance, by seeking approval and showing off. To claim that I've never tried to show off would be a lie. But I've never done so in the face of danger. However, I have tried to live up to my own self-imposed ideal of being a true martial artist. To which extent that is a positive or a negative depends on the perspective. In the face of danger, it would more often than not be safest to disregard that ideal completely. However, if something greater is at stake or someone else is at risk, I could save a situation or someone's life. Upon acting, we can never fully know the consequences of our actions. Thus, it is not easy to know when to act upon my self-imposed ideal of being a true martial artist and when to disregard it as an ego-based identity. If a situation calls for bravery and instead your response is that of a coward, the ego may protect you and tell you that the ideal of a courageous protector was merely an ego-based identity to be let go of. Now that I am a father, the role of protector has taken on another dimension for me. I believe in standing up for justice and my own subjective version of what's right and wrong. I believe in protecting those who need it, but at the same time, I need to make sure to come home safe and sound, not only for myself, but for the most important people in my life. Yet, this conclusion must not serve as an excuse to always default to the easy choice and do what most people do, which is to not stand up against injustice or protect others when needed be. When something happens, we have to assess the situation and try to make the right choice for ourselves and those around us. Thanks for listening. Now I'd love to hear what bravery means to you. Visit patreon.com/Zen-Dragon.